Good day everyone. We are the Group 4 and we are going to present the impacts of tourism and hospitality. Our learning objectives is, first, to determine the economic effects of tourism and hospitality. Second, to discuss the social impacts of tourism and hospitality. Third, is to explain the impacts of tourism and hospitality on culture. And last is to analyze the environmental impacts of tourism and hospitality. So, the impacts of tourism and hospitality. The rapid growth of tourism and hospitality in the 20th century has produced both problems and benefits for destination countries. Although tourism and hospitality can bring economic advantages to a destination country, it also brings with it serious long-term problems which, without careful control and planning, can threaten the society. So, ang sinasabi lang dito is, hindi lang magagandang bagay or magagandang outcome ang maidudulot ng tourism and hospitality sa mga lugar na pinupuntahan ng tao. Maaari rin itong magdulot ng pangmatagalang problema at magkaroon ng epekto sa mga sumusunod na aspeto: economic impacts, social impacts, cultural impacts, and environmental impacts.
Economic effects of tourism and hospitality. First, we have income. Second one is seasonality. And lastly, overdependence. Income.
So, under income is, first, nations wanting to increase their income have used tourism and hospitality as a means of reasonably quick development.
Tourism income comes from wages. In salaries, interest, rents, and profits, the greatest proportion of its income is derived from wages and salaries. Income is also generated from interest, rents, and profits on tourism and hospitality businesses. Tourism and hospitality is both an income generator and an income distributor. Seasonality. Many tourist regions experience low returns on investment because of seasonal fluctuations in demand. Many hotels experience greatly reduced revenue during the off-season.
Third is accommodation investments are not the only ones with a low rate of return. Tour operators also face similar problems. Last is overdependence on tourism and hospitality. Some destinations have made themselves vulnerable to changes in tourist demand by becoming overdependent on tourism and hospitality for their livelihood. The decrease in demand for a destination result in underutilization of services, unemployment, and loss of income.
Social impacts of tourism and hospitality. The social impacts of tourism and hospitality refer to the changes in quality of life of residents of tourist destinations. The objective of social tourism is to ensure that tourism is accessible to all people. Host-visitor interactions. Tourism and hospitality causes more interaction between peoples, particularly between the tourists or visitors and the local residents or hosts. Smith categorized tourists into several types and outlined her views on the intensity of interaction between the tourist and the local residents. There are 7 types of tourists. The first is explorer, an active participant, observer among the population, easily adapts to local lifestyles and does not need special tourist accommodation. The second one is elite. It can afford to pay well for unusual vacations, well-traveled and usually known as the jet setter. His arrangements are either made by the travel agent or may be pre-planned. The third one is unusual. Loves sub-exotic cultural sites and the unusual or primitive sites as long as he can quickly and safely return to more familiar surroundings and group. The fourth one is offbeat tourist. This tourist adapts well to simple accommodations and services provided for the occasional guests. The fifth one is incipient mass. Visitor who looks for amenities of Western societies in hotels and other travel-related facilities. He is a mixture of both pleasure seeker and business traveler. The sixth one is charter tourist. Comes en masse with others of his kind, creating an extremely high amount of business and receiving a high degree of standardization in services and product. The last one is the mass tourist. He comes from the middle class. He arrives in a destination with other tourists. There is a diversity of taste among them, and their attitude is yet get what you pay for. The impact increases with each level of tourist. The explorer and elite tourists usually have little impact on local culture because of their limited number. The offbeat and unusual tourists generally use the same hotels and services as the local travelers. With increase in number, the greater expectations and demand for social facilities and services, a corresponding change in the local area occurs.
So I will be discussing two of the positive social effects of tourism and hospitality. Under the social change and multicultural understanding, we have three details to be discussed. Number one of the most important benefits of tourism and hospitality is the bringing together of diverse people to help them understand one another. So this one here is very important because it creates large connections all over the world. Being able to meet new faces and interact with different varieties of people would be a huge help in developing relationships. Why? Two things. Firstly, because it gets you to boost your confidence even more. And second, you get to learn the culture of each one as well. Having a lot of friends from different parts of the world is really amazing. Number two, the United Nations World Tourism Organization considers tourism as an encounter between a person and a destination in its natural setting. This means that by the existence of tourism, it helps individuals become closer to various destinations naturally and appreciate their beauty. And number three, the impact of this exchange is significantly different between industrialized nations and developing agricultural nations. The more isolated a country is, the more social changes there will be, which will definitely affect their growth of tourism. And the second one under the positive effects of tourism and hospitality, adaptation to the realities of modern life and improvement of the host country's lifestyle. So under this one, we have four details to discuss. Number one, the quality of life improves in places where tourism and hospitality is being developed by bringing both the urban infrastructure and population benefits together. So with the rapid growth of tourism and hospitality, it improves the lifestyle of people like the urban infrastructure and a great increase in population. Number two, the changes that occur in occupation and income patterns create a middle class with its different attitudes, values, and social concerns. Because of the changes of an individual's work, status, and incomes, it creates a middle class with a lot of various concerns about it. Number three, increased social mobility results in new employment opportunities in tourism and hospitality. So when the social mobility or the movement of people arises, there will be a vast of employment opportunities in the world of tourism which many can apply to. And number 4, changes in family relations occur through the employment of women outside the home. This increases the family income and gives the workers' children more opportunity for higher education. Women employees get a lot of benefit because they are given a high salary and even more opportunities for their child or children's education.
Third naman po is use of foreign language. Use of foreign language brings people in contact with those of other language groups. The need and the desire to communicate increase interest in both the host and visitors to learn another language. Para po sa pagkakaintindi ko, use of foreign language, positive po siya sa tourism and hospitality para makakonect sa visitor. And kapag marunong ka sa language nila, mas magkakaintindihan kayo ng mabuti and mabilis yung pag-response mo doon sa kausap mo. And yung ibang visitor din kasi gusto nilang yung example, ibang dayuhan pumunta sa Philippines, yung iba sa kanila gustong matuto ding language natin. And kung hindi mo alam yung language ng kausap mo, mahirap kayong magkaintindihan or mabagal yung pagsagot mo doon sa gusto niyang malaman. Kaya use of foreign language is positive sa tourism and hospitality kasi mabibigyan mo yung customer ng better service and yung pag-response mo dun sa pag-uusap nyo is mabilis, hindi ka mahihirapan kung paano ka makipag-communicate dun, and yung connection mo dun sa kausap mo is yung connection mo doon is parang normal na friend mo lang kausap mo, ganun po. Last, improve the health conditions and disease control. Through tourism and hospitality, local residents can become aware of both health problems and good hygiene. This awareness can lead to a change in the health infrastructure of a destination. Improvement in one community then paves the way for improvement of the whole region. United Nations World Tourism Organization considers tourism as an encounter between a person and a destination and in its natural setting. Sa pagkakaintindi ko po, para po ito ngayon yung nangyayari sa bansa natin na sa COVID-19. Yung sa part na improvement in one system by then gets ready for advancement of the whole region. Para po sa pagkakaintindi ko, katulad ng ginawa ng mga ibang bansa din at natin, pag may yung apektado ng COVID-19, pag may example, South Korea, naging ang bilis ng pagdami sa kanila sa COVID-19 cases. So, ang ginawa ng Philippines, yung mga galing doon, hindi ka muna pwedeng pumunta sa Philippines. Parang sa pagkakaintindi ko, yung pag-disease yung ginawa nilang disease control para hindi na dumami yung may sakit na ganon. Ang gagawin nila is wala mo ng travel, magbaban mo na sila ng mga country kung merong cases doon, and para mas ma-improve yung health din nung tourists. Kasi syempre kung ako pupunta ko sa South Korea na may ganong case na, tapos pupunta pa ako sa ibang places, tapos babalik ako sa place ko mismo, syempre, pwede akong magdala dun sa bansa nila ng virus and mas lumaki pa. Kaya yung improvement ng health condition and disease control, okay yun. Yung, parang yun yung example, yun yung pagkakaintindi ko po.
So next topic is negative social effects of tourism and hospitality. While tourism and hospitality has enabled different people to strengthen the social structure, mass tourism has brought with it expenses and problems, and these problems are the social saturation, changes in the social structure, behavior, and rules, lastly, community problems. Social saturation. In destinations that attracts a large number of people, both locals and tourists are affected kasi nagiging crowded yung place, and dito din napipilitan mag-adjust yung locals kasi nababawasan yung resources nila since maraming tourist din ang nagpo-consume ng necessities ng bawat isa. Changes in the social behavior rules. Since the visitors dress differently from the locals adopt the trends nowadays, which causes changes in their lifestyle as well as their behaviors towards people. And since tourism and hospitality brought new trend in a certain place, yung mga tao is tinatry makiin sa trend which nagkakos ng misunderstanding between their families because of their behavior na na-adopt nila from the tourists. Community problems. So these are the reasons for the increase of prostitution in tourist resorts. The process of tourism and hospitality have created locations and environments which attracts prostitutes and their clients. By its very nature, tourism and hospitality means that people are away from the puritanical bonds of normal living. As tourism and hospitality affords employment for women, it may upgrade their economic status. Tourism and hospitality may be used as a scapegoat for the general loosening of morals. Since maraming foreigners na nagtutour sa iba't ibang lugar sa ating bansa, women from poor family visits tourist places para magkaroon ng money to support the needs of their family, which is hindi naman natin masisisi because of their status in life, wherein they body need money to support their family na makapag-feed and magagamit nila for the following days.
Linen Loeb, 1977. Population density during the tourist season increases, creating the availability of a large number of targets and congestions. The differences in income between hosts and tourists encourage robbery. The proximity of resorts to an international border may attract undesirable migrants, resulting in increased expenditures for law enforcement and monetary losses for businesses that becomes targets. Meaning, during peak season, lalo na kapag summer at holiday, mas maraming turista ang dumadating. Sa ganitong pagkakataon, maraming locals ang nagbebenta ng mga products of souvenirs sa mas mahal na presyo. Ngayon din sa mga hotel accommodations at services. Kapag maraming turista, tumataas ang demand sa foods, hotel accommodations at services kaya tumataas ang presyo. Sa ganitong pagkakataon, marami ang mga oportunista at nananamantala. Kaya ang mga resorts ay target ng masasamang tao. Kaya kailangan magdagdag ng mga law enforcers na magbabantay at magbibigay protection sa mga turista upang maging safe at hindi makasira sa mga business owners. Negative demonstrative effects. First, tourists often demand commodities and facilities beyond the economic capacity of local residents. Second, the social norms of the tourists that are very different from the local customs give rise to social problems. Also, the values and materialism of young travelers are copied by the young local people. A third factor, which initiates polarizations, the importations of foreign workers from more developed countries. These workers, who are more skilled than the local people, generally get better paying jobs and are usually supervisors of the less skilled local people. Ang meaning nito, ang unang epekto ng negatibong dahilan ng turismo ay ang hindi makatarungan na demand o hinihingi ng mga turista na hindi kayang ibigay ng locals. Pangalawa ay ang kultura at materialismo paraan ng mga turista na nagagaya ng mga kabataan natin. Pangatlo ay ang pagkuha ng mga dayuhang manggagawa at mas binibigyan ng mas magandang pasahoy kumpara sa mga locals. Kaya may mga locals na hindi tanggap ang mga pagbabago nangyayari, pero may mayroon din natanggap ang mga pagbabago para sa mga pag-unlad. Para sa impact control measures, ang turismo sa bawat lugar ay may kanya-kanyang pinagmamalaki na kagandahan at nadudulot na pakinabang sa mga mamamayan. Dapat magkaroon ng programa o pag-aaral kung paano ang tamang sistema para mapabuti at mapaayos ang serbisyo at pag-asikaso sa bugso ng mga turista upang maiwasan ang problema at reklamo ng mga turista.
The two most positive effects of tourism and hospitality on culture are intercultural communication and renaissance of native culture. Intercultural communication, mobility, which is a prerequisite of tourism and hospitality, is necessary for different social groups, nationalities, and culture to meet and interact. Such interaction may contribute to the removal of social or national prejudices and the promotion of better understanding and positive social change. Renaissance of native culture. Tourism and hospitality may be important to the host country to remind its people of its history and culture. Traditional art forms have been revived several times. Tourism and hospitality stimulated the preservation of traditional art, including traditional song and dance. The model culture villages has contributed largely to the renaissance of native traditional and crafts. There are two main purposes of cultural model village. First, providing a location where visitors may observe and participate in a particular culture without disrupting the daily life of the people who live in the area. To portray the history of the area. Impact of tourism and hospitality on culture. Tourism and hospitality increases the acculturation process as well as the cultural convergence of people. Acculturation are those changes that occur in a culture through borrowing from other culture. Cultural convergence is the tendency of world culture to become more alike. Tourism and hospitality is a vital force in acculturation since it causes more interaction between people. People who change the least are the isolated ones.
Negative cultural effects of tourism and hospitality. It has led to the destruction of a country's work of art. We all know that each country are known for their destinations or attractions. Dahil dito, na-reinforce nila yung sense of identity. But due to this, since madaming tourist ang pumupunta sa isang bansa dahil nga sa mga attractions na to, ang daming nasa-sacrifice. Some areas are needed to be cleared to build hotels or new roads. And dahil dito, nagkakaroon ng traffic. And since tourism industry are complex and dynamic, they copy the lifestyle of the tourist. Nawawalan na ng halaga yung pagkakakilanlan nila. Nagsistick sila sa trend. And ina-adapt nila yon kasi yun yung patok and yun yung bebenta sa mga tourists. Next. Several tourists persuade the natives to sell traditional objects which have been used for generations. Tingin nila may karapatan na sila since andun sila sa lugar na yun. And due to that, dito pumapasok ang lack of understanding and appreciation of culture. Gusto nila magkaroon ng remembrance na unique
but it's overboard. They think they're superior kasi they help the country to make money. They contributed in the tourism of that country. Pero it may lead to disturb the local culture of the place. Next, the greed for money, which induces people to part with family heirlooms, explains the destruction of the archaeological sites. These sites often have meaning for the people who live near them, and their destruction has a significant impact on these people. They all think about money and running a business without conserving the place or considering the people who live near them or around them. That leads to the destruction of archaeological sites. It's all about business without considering a lot of things like planning and designing the facilities. Basta patok sa masa, they will go for it as long as pagkakakitaan nila. And unmonitored tourism activities, development projects can impose unacceptable levels of change on the physical characteristics of the community.
Environment impact of tourism and hospitality. The history of tourism and hospitality closely shows that the environment has contributed to the birth and progress of tourism and hospitality. Environment connotes both human and physical characteristics. Pre-existing forms is a term that describes the human and physical characteristic of an area. Tourism and hospitality provides incentives and the economic means and incentives for the conservation and preservation of natural and historical sites.
Positive environmental effects. Development of attractions. Several countries around the world are identifying areas which have the potential to attract tourists. For example, the National Park System. It helps preserve the area and creates an awareness of the character of the coral reefs and the sea floor. Resident benefits. Tourism and hospitality benefits the local residents in a number of ways. First benefit is that the results of conversations and preservation can be enjoyed by the local community as well as by the tourists. Another benefit which results from the tourism and hospitality development can be seen in coastal areas. Historical preservation. Many historical sites in both urban and rural areas have been preserved to attract tourists.
So, tatalakayin natin ngayon is paano naapektuhan ng environment ang tourism and hospitality. Actually, this is about negative happenings in the environment that affecting tourism and hospitality. So, unang-una is destruction of vegetation. Ano nga ba ang vegetation? Ang vegetation ay isang lugar kung saan meron tayong plants or trees, rocks, something like that. Basta about nature. So, for example, is destruction vegetation, syempre, turista, hiker, kunwari mga pinatubo, kung i-hike nila yan, ang mangyari, sira, syempre, destruction of vegetation, sira yung dadaanan nila, sira yung mga plants, sira yung trees, na mga kailangan nilang na nasa bundok, isira. Paano na yun ang gagawin nila? Syempre, aalis sila, and mababali tayo. So, wala nang pupuntang turista dun sa Mount Pinatubo, dun sa lugar kung saan may sira yung mountain nila. Siyempre, hindi na sila makakaakyat dun eh. Kasi sira yung mga kagamitan dun eh. Diba? So, nangyari, lower risk of mababawasan ng turista. Anong nangyari yun? Walang lower risk. Lower risk na punta-punta doon para hindi sila ma-aksidente. Diba? Pangalawa is air pollution. Saan nga ba nanggagaling ang air pollution? Ang air pollution, nanggagaling siya, ang pinaka-root niya is gasolina. So, ang maling paggamit ng gasolina is air pollution. For example, Manila. Alam naman natin na sobrang dumi ng Manila. Ang hangin niya, sobrang dumi. For example, sa akin, pag mabiyaya ko dyan, pumapasok ako araw-araw, punta pabalik. Simula sa amin, Mangono hanggang Manila at pauwi na Rizal. Mag-iila ako sa unang mukha. Tapos makikita ko sobrang dumi ng mukha ko. Kahit naka-helmet ako. Alam mo saan galing yun? Sa hangin na nakatakbo. Galing ka pag pumotor. Siyempre, tuloy-tuloy ka. Yung hangin. Puto sa mukha mo. Dumi nun. Siyempre, lapso kung dumi. Ayun na yun. Yun ang air pollution. Ibig sabihin, kung ang daming sasakyan sa Manila, more air pollution. Ang pinaka ayun na yung pinaka nangyari dito. Sorry, nawala yung voice kasi tignan ako. So, next is water pollution. Water pollution causes, syempre, yung mga bacteria, yung mga basura. Yan. Example din natin is Manila. Imagine capital siya ng Pilipinas. Tapos, sobrang dumi niya. Alam mo bakit? Dahil sa mga tao. Sa disiplina ng mga tao. So, ito, ang water pollution. Karamihan sa kanila. Pero ngayon, nililinis naman siya ni MarieB. So, thank God for bringing MarieB. So, basura tapos sa dagat. Dagat kung saan kinukuha yung mga isda. So, isda, syempre, makakalanghap ng germs. Yung basura na yun, pwede siyang mag-cause ng virus. So, ang virus, ang virus kakainin ng isda. Nangyari, ang isda ulihin, ibenta sa palengke, kakainin ng mga tao. So, pwede, yung pinaka-tawag dito, yung pinaka-virus ng isda, tapos sa tao. Sabihin natin sa ewan ko lang alam sa mga virus hindi mo pwede yung COVID kasi hindi na-apektuhan mga hayop din. So, ang mangyayari is yung seafoods na kakainin ng mga turista dun sa Manila is madumi. Possible na madumi, syempre. Pwede rin yung luto yung turista, yung luto ng Manila, yun yung pinunta nila dun. So, mangyari, yung seafood madumi. Hindi na sila makakain, syempre. Mamaya magkasakit pa sila dun Di ba? Tapos, ang next dito is swimming. Swimming is unhealthy, mga pare, di ba? Syempre, madumi yung swimming ka, magkasakit ka pa dyan. Diba? Swimming is unhealthy and pinaka-cause din nito is lack of sewerage system, pagkabaha. Diba? Alam naman natin sa Manila is nagbabaha. And also, bababa yung pagkaano nila sa fish. Yung stock nila ng fish. Mababawasan. Siyempre kasi makamatay yung mga isda. Yung makuha nilang isda, patay na. Siyempre, hindi naman nila bibenta yun. So, ayun. Ang next is noise pollution. So, paano nga ba nakaka-apekto ang noise sa mga tao? Siyempre, may iba tayo turista na gusto is tahimik lang pumunta sila sa lugar na yun para tahimik. Pero, paano kung yung lugar na pinuntahan nila na alam nilang relaxing is may ginagawang kalsada? Yung pinaka-hotel na pinuntahan nila ang ginagawa ng kalsada. Alam naman natin na sobrang ingay. So, nangyari, yung turista, hindi siya magiging-relax. Yung pinunta niya dun is nawala. Ang nangyari, mainis siya. Hindi na siya babalik dun. Yung ganun nangyari. Kaya, dapat walang noise or noise pollution na nangyari. For example, ito sa Manila, mga turista, gusto nila mag-explore sa Manila. Siyempre, kasi this is the capital of the Philippines. Tapos, sobrang ingay doon. Hindi naman natin kasi sobrang daming tao at sobrang daming sasakyan na nakapalip sa Manila. So, syempre, may mga tao na turista na sobrang ingay, pero gusto nila mag-explore. Diba? Nangyayari doon, syempre, lower, dito, basta mababawasan yung mga turista. Ganun. Tapos, next is next is destruction of wildlife. Paano nakaka-apekto ang destruction of wildlife sa tourism? For example, ito. Merong mga turista na gusto nila makakita ng hayop. Kunwari, tarsier. Ang mayari dito, ang pinaka-negative effects dito is kasi yung tarsier, ibis na nandun siya sa natural habitat niya. Ang nangyayari, nandun siya sa pinaka-cage niya. Kinukulong sila dun. Kinukulong mga hayop sa isang lugar para magkasama-sama sila dun. Ayun nangyayari. Isa yun sa pinaka-ayaw ng ibang turista na hindi free yung mga hayop na gumalaw sa kanila na parang kinokontrol sila. For example, ito sa Africa, Africa yun. Basta yung sobrang free, yung tao yung nasa cage, tao yung nasa sakyan. Tapos iniikot nila yung pinaka habitat ng mga hayop. Diba? Ganun dapat. Hindi tulad ng iba na kinukulong nila yung mga hayop. Tsaka ang isa pa rito is killing animals for something else. For example, paano ba yun yung mga ginagawang jacket, mga ginagawang coat, mga bear, babalatan sila, ginagawang coat. Tapos, iba, ito, mga paniki. Mga paniki, ayan, kinakain ng mga insect. Nagkaroon tuloy ng Cobi, corn beef 19. Nagkaroon tuloy ng COVID-19, coronavirus. Ano nangyari? Hindi na sila makapunta sa China. Siyempre kasi may virus na kumaalat eh. Ano pupuntang turista dyan? Tapos yung virus walang cure. Merong cure. Pero sobrang dami ng namamatay. Hindi ganun yung cure niya. The fear, hindi ka naagapan agad. Tapos sobrang critical mo na. Yung cure na yun, hindi ka niya maliligtas.